At the dawn of the 20th century, humanity began to see science as a kind of magic. Discoveries such as steam power, electricity, and radio made people believe that anything was possible. Inventors and writers of the time tried to predict the future: lunar colonies, robots, airship travel, winged humans. But most of these dreams never came true. Why? When the Montgolfier brothers' balloon took flight in 1783, humanity rose to the sky for the first time. After that, writers and inventors began to discuss the idea of building cities in the sky. By the early 1900s, many engineers believed that enormous cities would one day float above the Earth. The city of the future models displayed at the 1900 Paris World's Fair helped inspire this vision. The core thought of the time was simple: the Earth is getting crowded. The sky is empty. So why not build our cities above the clouds? In the 1920s, British engineer Neville Shute even prepared technical notes titled Airship Habitats, proposing that airships could be turned into giant platforms. By 1931, the German Zeppelin T project was expected to evolve into massive flying bases powered by solar energy. But it all came to an end with the Hindenburg disaster of 1937, which claimed 36 lives and brought the dream of airship cities crashing down. The word robot was first used in the 1920s in a play by Karel Čapek. In the story, a scientist discovers the secret to creating human-like machines, more perfect and reliable than humans themselves. Years later, these machines rise up to dominate humanity, but the danger is averted just in time. Čapek derived the word robot from the Czech term robota, meaning forced labor. Since the late 1800s, inventors had built musical automatons and mechanical servants, but they lacked energy, sensors, and processing power. The idea was ahead of its time. The concept was right, but the technology belonged to the wrong century. Even today, despite all the advances in robotics, we haven't yet reached an era where every human-made robot can stand on stage without suddenly fainting. Between 1850 and 1900, experiments with human flight became popular. In Paris and London, many inventors jumped from tall buildings, often losing their lives in the process. Around 1894, aviation pioneer Otto Lilienthal gained fame in Germany for his widely publicized and successful glider flights. He also studied bird flight and conducted several related experiments. He built an ornithopter, a flying machine that flapped its wings, but was unable to complete his work after dying in a glider crash on August 9, 1896. Nonetheless, his experiments indirectly helped the Wright brothers understand wing geometry, paving the way for controlled flight. From the late 19th to the mid-20th century, scientists and visionary engineers seriously believed that humanity would one day leave Earth to settle on the Moon and even draw solar energy directly from space. These two ideas, lunar colonies and solar ladders, became complementary utopias. In 1865, Jules Verne, in his novel From the Earth to the Moon, described the concept of sending humans to the Moon with remarkable technical detail. By the early 1900s, scientists were already discussing concepts like building glass domes on the Moon's surface, reflecting sunlight, and creating artificial atmospheres. In 1959, NASA even drafted a secret plan called Project Horizon. According to the plan, by the mid-1960s, a 12-person military base would be established on the Moon. Instead of concrete, it would use sintered lunar soil, regolith, and power would come from nuclear generators. The goal: to establish military control of the Moon before the Soviets. When the documents were declassified years later, the seriousness of the project shocked everyone. But President Dwight Eisenhower rejected it, and it never advanced beyond the planning stage. Will humanity ever witness the day when all these unrealized dreams finally come true? Who knows?